Hey everyone, it's Skylar. Welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? I hope you are doing very well. This will be on, I think I might put this on Instagram as well, and Facebook, and possibly the website. If you guys remember, I have set a task of reviewing 5 films that I'm going to recommend to my friends, and hopefully my friends will get to watch them. The first person's name has already been announced. It's on Instagram. The person finally knows. So this will probably be a recap of the movie that I'm about to review. If you can see that, that's what I've just been watching. Staying Alive. Can you see it? Can you recognise that actor right there? Right, and then I'll explain something at the end, because this is going to be more of a recap review. The movie stars, of course, John Travolta, Finola Hughes, Cynthia Rhodes, and of course not Carl, that's the character's name, Frank Stallone, who is Sylvester Stallone's brother, and Sylvester Stallone written and directed Staying Alive. Basically, it's like a bit of a spin-off from Saturday Night Fever, and it starts with Tony Manero moving to New York to pursue a dancing career. Now, in the meantime, he's also dancing. He's doing like dance lessons. He's in a dance studio, and he goes around with all these like dance classes, like not like dance classes, you know, like trying to promote himself to get. He wants to be like an actor, dancer. What actually happens is he does shows. One show he got rejected flat out, and then he goes and watches a show, which Laura's character comes into this, which is she's played by Finola Hughes, and he sees Laura in this production that Jackie, which is played by Cynthia Rhodes, her character, she's also in the show as well. But anyway, he sees Laura, he's proper fascinated by her. Once the show is finished, he goes to her room and basically tries to chat her up, and she's like not really interested. Then she proceeds to tell him, oh, there's this new show on, come along and see what you can do. And he's like, nah, not at first. And then in the end he goes to the show. Then the director of the show, which of the show's called Satan's Alley, and to like cut long story short, Tony gets into the show. Now by this time, him and Laura are like on and off relationship. They do it, but she's like sort of like rejects, and then she's like flirting with him again, and backwards and forwards. But at the same time, she's with all sorts of different guys, and of course Tony doesn't like it. He gets a little bit jealous, but he's always had feelings for Jackie. Then he goes and sees Jackie playing at like a show, and like tries to confess his love for her, and Jackie's sort of like having none of it. Like she gets used to it, but in the end, in this one scene, she just says, look, I'm not here to be used, blah blah blah. Then when in one of the rehearsals, just things happen, and then like they're having a conversation. Tony and Jackie are basically having this conversation, and they're like talking between Laura and the other lead male, and basically what gets said is like Jackie says, look, he's too mechanical, and Tony basically says, I've got this idea, but can you help me out? And Jackie goes, I've got commitments. And he just says, look, just meet me here about 9-10 o'clock. Jackie arrives a bit late this night, and Jackie in the end says to Tony, like, what have I come here for? Like, basically, what have I come here for? So So Tony basically says to her, I want a trial for the lead role. So he does it. Them two do it perfect to a T. And then it goes back to another rehearsal and Tony says, look, I want to try out for the lead part. Makes a mistake at first. And the director basically says to him, the show isn't about you. The reason why I picked you is because you've got this intensity about you. I want to see it on the stage, basically. Snap. Goes back in. Does it. Does the scene. Then, like, little bits happen in between. But right at the end of the show, the actual show, Tony does, like, what he does best. And, like, these dance together, him and Laura. He kisses her at first in one scene. She scratches him in his face. Then they do another scene together. Perfect. Then Laura says to Tony, look, I've got this after show party. I want you to be there. I want us to talk things through. And he says, I've got another commitment. And then she basically says to Tony, look, you don't have it. You haven't got what it takes, sort of thing. Tony goes, after she walked off, like, goes, yeah, he's got something in mind. So in the end, doing the scene, and he's like twirling her around, drops it on the floor, sort of thing, and he starts doing this solo, like going, I'll show you, sort of thing, and proper shows up to her. Then gets on this pedestal, and he tells her to jump, like to get on the like pedestal. She's like hesitant. She's like, I can't do it. And Jackie shouts, jump! So in the end, Laura jumps and then he hoists her up high in the air. That's like the end of the show. Then Tony and Jackie emerge from, like, they're having like a little after party. Laura like looks on and she's like, she was a bit like, she got jealous in the end, but then she like give him like a sort of weird look as him and Jackie were like making out, like kissing. And Jackie says to him, right, what are you gonna do? Because Jackie wanted to stay for like the after party, and he said, do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna strut. And he struts along the street, and at the end it just plays Staying Alive by the Bee Gees. Oh my word. And I just started boogieing away at the end. And then that's it, like, it just shows him at the end walking across Times Square, strutting along to Staying Alive. And then basically that's the end of the film. Do you really want to know my thoughts to Staying Alive? Honestly, if you guys haven't heard my thoughts before, I'll just reiterate for you a little bit. You know, I prefer this film over Saturday Night Fever. Don't ask me why, I just do. I think there's more action in this. There's like more dancing, there's more impact. Like, I just love it. Now, I'm going to give it the rating. It's got to be a 10 out of 10. Straight away. Now, when I done this recommendation series, the reason why I recommend this to my friends was the reason because if they don't enjoy the film, which might not, the recommendation was for the soundtrack and some of the scenes, because it's not a horror film, it's like a little bit different, and it's a different side to John Travolta, where he's in more of a dancing role, where you can, like, if you don't want to watch the film, you can always get up, have a little boogie, have a little sing song, because the soundtrack, of course, is maintained by the Bee Gees. And it's also got some songs by Frank Stallone and Tom Farragher. So, yeah, that's the reason why I recommended this film to my friends, which was give one more look, Staying Alive, because of not only the soundtrack, but some of the scenes, some of the iconic scenes, especially the end where he goes strut. Like he goes to Jackie, says, "I want to just strut," and just struts along to "Staying Alive" by the Bee Gees. But there's also a scene right at the beginning. I never ever mentioned it, but you also get the cameo appearance of Sylvester Stallone, and John Travolta nudges into Sylvester Stallone. They give each other the stare, and then he just walks along. I just think that is just so powerful and just so like, wow, you've got these two iconic stars in one film. That scene is just mesmerizing. You've just got to watch it. So for my mate, right, you've got to watch it. Let me know your thoughts. If you want to borrow the DVD off me, fine by me, borrow the DVD off me. I can't help but click because I enjoyed the film a lot. So yeah, highly recommended film. I love this film. It's just like a bit of a recap. I enjoyed this film so much, so of course, hope you've enjoyed it's the recap review for this one. It's not a review, it's a recap review. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the review, recap review. Stay gaudy, have unpleasant dreams. I will see you in the next video very soon. So yeah, and I hope you've enjoyed my review as well. So see you soon. Bye.